Hey, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Good evening. How's everybody doing? It is Friday, July the 23rd. Yes, can you believe summer is moving right through here, but it's not over. But I hope everyone is doing well this evening. Welcome to another episode of He Said, He Said, He Said, a look at the world from a seasoned Black man's perspective. I'm Alvin King, and thank you for joining us tonight for our series, Image is Everything. We have a special guest here tonight that we know you're going to love. This brother is so dynamic. I literally can jump out of my chair and run around this room right now, just saying that. But you all will find that out for yourself a little later. Hey, Monica, how you doing? I'm gonna wait till some of you all get in here. How you guys doing? Y'all have a good week? I know you did. I know you did. I know you did. And I'm always like talking about health, but I hear that a lot of people are catching colds. I had one 2 weeks ago, and they said that, common colds are on the rise. So just be careful with everything else that's going on. Take care of yourself. Do what you got to do because, all you have is this temple. But anyway, that's enough. That's enough. That's enough. Oh, I know y'all looking at me thinking I'm getting ready to go on a cruise ship or something like that, but I'm going to say a little bit more about that after I bring in my co-host, Mr. Vash, Bodie, and Mr. Saladin Deir. Can you guys come on in here? How you guys doing?
The love boat, soon we'll be making another round.
Don't do it. This is my approach to the Olympics. Thank you so much. How are you guys doing tonight?
You know what, Alvin? You are so right. You are so giving me a representation of what the USA showed up to the Olympics in, and it is fabulous. You look amazing.
Well, thank you so much. I try to bring a little spice, and tonight I have to bring the spice because we're talking about fashion. That is right up my avenue. And again, we have a brother on here, Dr. Keith Harley.
Yes.
Who knows his stuff. And so, I could not come on here not correct, at least paying homage to the Olympics. Okay, that is the talk of the town right now, everybody.
Yes, it is.
Actually, it's been the talk of the town for a year. Okay.
Yes. Okay. So much so that they didn't even change their marketing. It is still the Olympics Tokyo 2020. And I am not mad at them.
Are you serious?
If you not, yeah. Everything still says 2020.
I have a fun fact. So this is the first time the Olympics were ever postponed. They've been canceled on 3 occasions in 1960, 1940, and 1944 due to world wars. Thanks, Germany.
Well, look, did you all get a chance? Because today was the opening ceremonies, and ladies and gentlemen, I know you're looking. Hey, Rose, don't even give us any flack about spoiler alerts because all the news is talking about it. So turn your TV on at 8:00 because you need to stay on this show.
Right.
At 8:00, stay on this show and watch what we're talking about. But you can see what we saw this morning if you haven't seen it. But I thought the show was spectacular for those of you who have seen it.
Snaps and claps.
Okay.
To Japanese, to Tokyo, to the Olympic Committee, because it really was. I've been filled with a lot of love and hope because of what happened this morning.
Okay. I'm excited. I'm recording it. I haven't seen it yet. I've been waiting, so I can't wait to watch it.
I gotta tell you. Okay, I'm sorry. Spoiler alert. I gotta tell you this because there's one thing, because it's all in the name of fashion. There are 2 things I need to say. There was a woman who sang the national anthem for Tokyo, and all I got to say is she was stunning, but my eyes went to her head because she had cornrows and a turban on, and that's all I'm gonna say. Okay? She was giving you fashion from head to toe.
Wow.
And I loved every minute of it. And also, speaking of fashion, the delegations, did you all see them come in? For those of you who have seen the delegations come in, I'm not gonna read anybody. I'm not, but I think you've had 2 years to figure out that you should shine your shoes if you're gonna be on a public stage. Okay, I'm not gonna read a country for doing it.
You can call out their names.
Hey, give us the country. I want to know.
Well, let me keep it on the up and up and give since that was kind of a grow for people. Let me give
This
you a
can
glow.
be our Olympic fashion police segment. So just go ahead.
Yeah,
and
we
drop
can
it.
get to it. Be real.
Okay,
He said what?
He said, first of all, that Morocco, Italy, and China came through there like they knew what they were doing. I'm sorry. Morocco, Italy came through there. Baby, there was some shoes that some of the, what do you call it? The Moroccan delegation had on, and the women had on different shoes from men. Okay. And I'm telling you, it was like spectacular. USA, I know it's Ralph Lauren, right? Who's doing there?
Yes, he did theirs.
Yes. Okay, they need another designer as far as I'm concerned.
I'm feeling that as well. This is like the second time that I think he may have done them where I was not so into it.
Yeah. It didn't take away from the show, but I was like, fashion perspective, shine your shoes. Mm-hmm. You know, if for those of you who may be going back 4 years from now, you know you were going. There were so many dirty shoes on. I was just like, I was looking at the TV cringing, thinking all you have to do was shine your shoes and it would have been great. But it is a great show. It is a great show tonight. So, oh my God, look, everybody's online tonight. Thank you all for being on the show. Thank you. But
Alvin, if we can just talk about like the delegation from the United States. I mean, I thought they looked fantastic. I think you look fantastic. But the fact that you were able to go to your closet and pull out a similar look to what these people had years to try to put together and be unique says a little bit about how they showed up.
Oh,
I think you look fantastic, right? Like, you know, you just gave me an Olympic look. Also, we have to talk about the bowl cuts. There was a bowl cut phenomena. And since we did a whole show about the evolution of Black men's hair, I just need to know, do I need to go out and get a bowl cut wig to represent Olympic love?
Wait, Vash, do you mean like the old school haircut where they would literally put a bowl in your head and then shave around it?
I am telling you that this is not really a spoiler. I want you to look for them. Is it a trend or was it a specific Olympic look? Either way, do we need to go out and get wigs? Because we can show up next week looking like that, y'all. We can do it.
I love being bald. That's all I'm gonna say. I love being bald, and I might bring this up when I introduce our special guest tonight. But no, I did catch the ball cut. But before we leave this segment, I also want to ask y'all: do you all have a specific sport that you like that you're looking forward to for the Olympics over the next 2 weeks?
Women's gymnastics.
Perfect.
Okay, see, I think that's good. Okay, have you all ever seen rowing? Have you seen rowing? Oh my God! I just want to go outside the box because when you talk about women's gymnastics, baby, the men ain't getting no love. Okay, it's all about the women. I feel so sorry for the men because it's like you ain't getting no airplay. They're talking about Simone Biles and they're like, okay, well, and the women's gymnastics team, all the medias are covering it that way. And so I love the sport. It's very common. But baby, there's some other sports like horseback riding and rowing that I'm really looking forward to. And look at all the people who are online. Oh my God.
It's fantastic.
Love.
We're getting a lot of love.
We got Sean and Blue and Patty and Bobby and James Tate and Keith Jackson and
John Boy.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I love track and field too.
Yes.
And I also love the swimming relays, especially the men. I really enjoy that as well.
Totally.
Well, I'm looking forward.
Can I interject?
Yeah.
One other thing that I think people need to make sure that they see as part of the ceremonies that lead up to the lighting of the torch. Saladin, you may want to sort of, it's not really a spoiler, but what came out was that during the last time Japan hosted the Olympics, they were the ones that came up with the emojis that are used to describe the sports. You know, they're just like the standard.
Yes.
And they brought them to life.
Oh, yes.
During the ceremony. And I just cheered and giggled and laughed. It is something that you do not want to miss. So make sure that you catch it as it's coming up to the lighting of the ceremony. It's like the last 45 minutes of, it's just, you will just have such a great time. It's really, really fun.
The whole show is good.
I read in the New York Times how they sort of incorporated elements of Japanese culture into the opening ceremonies. And there was even a group of kabuki actors on the side. They gave it a modern twist by having Naomi Osaka like the Olympic cauldron. So I'm excited to watch it tonight.
We weren't going to tell you that. We actually.
I read about it in the Times
give
today.
that away, but of course he knows it already. I told you this is not a spoiler alert moment. Okay, this is not. But thank you guys, and enjoy the next 2 weeks, because the Olympics will be all in our face. So if you all are ready, let's get on with our show tonight, because we have a lot of folks who I'm sure want to hear this man. And so I'm going to go ahead and introduce him right now. Our special guest tonight, lifestyle influencer Dr. Keith R. Harley Jr. is a former trichologist, hair and scalp specialist, motivational speaker, author, entrepreneur, and trainer with more than 32 years of hair, scalp, and business leadership, product development, restoration and maintenance innovation, and education to clients and industry peers. He holds a doctorate in trichology from the National Institute of Cosmetology. And with his new book entitled Step Up, of which I'm loving the title, will be published later this summer. Keith joins the He Said stage tonight to talk about the latest trends in fashion and beauty for men, women, and a special sneak peek from his 2021 Keith Harley collection. Welcome this brother to the He Said stage, ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Keith Harley. Come on in here, Keith.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Look at
great.
A total vision. Welcome to the He Said stage, man. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you for having me. I appreciate being on the platform with these incredible young men. This is great.
Well, I love to be called this young.
I know.
Baby, thank you. You know what? I told you. He knows how to do it. Okay, he does what needs to be done, and I stole that from somebody. Okay, he did. I stole that from somebody. All right, but Keith, again, thank you for joining us, and you're going to hear that. And ladies and gentlemen, please stay on, because this brother has a lot to talk with us about. So I'm going to open the show tonight again with a welcome to our stage tonight. And Keith, if you can you let our audience know, if they haven't Googled it already, what is a trichologist, and tell us what inspired you to get into this particular industry?
Okay, so a trichologist is the study of hair and scalp disorders. So we dealt with people who lost their hair loss. People would be referred to us from dermatologists that wanted to increase their hair growth, or they wanted to stop the process of losing their hair, or it depends on what issues that they were having. So I had 2 hair and scalp clinics in the Washington metropolitan area, and I was in the business for 32 years. 32 years.
Wow.
Wow. Well, you know, after I did my homework on, because I've known Keith, he's been in the business for 32 years, but I've known him for a lot of years. Okay, so I've known him for a lot of years, and I've seen this brother like grow his business and become who he is right now. On the whole subject of, you know, maintaining your hair, Keith, we all know that African American, at least in our culture, hair loss and thinning hair, and especially pseudofolliculitis barbae in African American men, are major focal points on the treatment of hair. That's and right. why is trichology so important to that, and why should we all be focused or concerned about it?
Well, the reason why trichology is so important is because people don't understand the process. They don't understand why they're losing their hair. Like, I'll give you a prime example. 75% of the men who came to our hair and scalp clinic to get services were either suffering from high blood pressure, diabetes, they were smokers. They had issues with some other underlying health issues that contributed to their hair loss. The second most common thing for hair loss was stress.
Wow.
So a lot of that had to do with, we had to analyze their situations, their lifestyles, seeing what they were dealing with. And then the third most thing is hereditary. It's hereditary. So that's where male pattern baldness. There was a myth at one point where if your mother's side of the family, the male in the mother's side of the family had a receiving hairline, was balding, that it seeped over into your area of life. So it just depends on how the genetics work, and the family history, and how you took care of yourself with health. Some guys even came to us that had low testosterone. that contributes to hair loss. Low circulation. We all know that when the blood flows, it starts from the back of the neck and works its way up. Often, sometimes, blood pressure, all those things contribute to hair loss. And so we found that it was important for us to do this study, to open up this hair and scalp clinic and give people the solutions, preventative, and give them the solutions to their hair loss and so on and so forth.
Well, you know, I saw a comment that came in where someone who, I think it was Blue Betty, who said, what about people who have locks or dreads?
Yes.
Can you want to speak to that real quick? I'm not sure. He said, what about it? So I'm not exactly sure what the specific question was, but he did say, what about locks and
the
dreads?
Only thing that locks and textured hair, it's all in how you take care of it. I know a lot of people that have locks that have come to us and they lost their hair due to the heaviness of the locks. And sometimes they'll let them grow longer and they don't know how to maintain it because the heaviness pulls the hair out, which then damages the hair follicle. And then a layer of skin goes over and it's hard to regrow the hair back because it's permanently damaged. So I do try to tell people to make sure that they exfoliate their scalp, comb and brush regularly, shampoo as much as they possibly can, because if you keep the surface clean, it will open up the hair follicle for the hair to grow out. So a lot of people wait months. Guys, we've seen people that will have dreads or textured hair or kinky styles or kinky twists that will wait months to shampoo their hair. That is the worst thing that they could possibly do. So it is important that you cleanse, condition, exfoliate, and create circulation, which creates blood flow, which creates hair growth.
Okay, you all heard it. I hope you all wrote that down. Okay, because that's very important. Because you know, all I can say on that note, please wash your hair. That is very important. Keith, you and I have been working in the fashion industry for a very long time, and we know a lot of models. There's some on this show tonight, and you all who that have, you know, they have models go through a lot with their hair in this business. And so I want to know, what would you recommend, or would you recommend that the models see a trichologist or as a part of their, you know, medical regimen?
Yeah. So when it comes to models and hair care, I suggested them to use protective hairstyles. And if you're going to do different shows or different calls or do different model calls or do different photo shoots, we result to wearing extensions, not extensions. You know, I'm not saying that extensions is the best way, but you can wear wigs, things that is going to protect you from getting your hair done on the regular basis, because often sometime in the movement of what you're trying to accomplish doing whatever fashion activity you're doing or print or whatever the case may be, often sometimes it may be a little bit harsh on your hair and your scalp. So protective services are great. Wigs, extensions to protect your hair in the process of earning your money while you're doing what you're doing. And then when you finish, you can go back to wearing your natural hair.
And Keith, thank you. And I know that it depends on the type of hair that a person has, but is there something just generally speaking, that we all could do, even us bald guys, to take care of our hair and scalp?
It's to clean it.
Okay.
The big C.
That is the biggest issue. And then the next thing, especially in the African American community, you know, the first thing we run to is grease and petroleum-based products. Always remember, petroleum-based products seep into the hair follicle, which cuts off the circulation to the hair bulb, which then creates baldness. So be mindful of the petroleum-based products that you're using in your hair.
I told you all. He said is a resource. You all better get into it. And Keith just mentioned products. So yes. Keith, I know that you launched a hair care product in 2017. Yes. You want to tell our viewers about it and how they could learn more or even find it?
Well, let me tell you, Alvin, because I retired right before the pandemic, we only have a few things that are left over, but after those things are gone, we are totally done. So what we're going to do is we're going to refer them or refer your followers or refer customers to other product companies that they can purchase the product that are equivalent to what we do. And we also work with local and international dermatologists where we can refer you there to them and they can help you decide what best products are for you. But let me just say this. Every product is not for every head. Every product is for not every hair texture. Right. So do your research before you decide that what you're going to place on your head and what you're going to place on your scalp that's going to give you the results that you're looking for. We make that big mistake. Just because you saw Judy down the street that's using olive oil shampoo doesn't mean that you should be doing it too. Just because you see Johnny using Head and Shoulders does not mean that that's for you. So do your research first before you make any decisions and get professional assistance. One thing we cannot stand is a kitchen beautician. When you mess it up, we got to fix it up. And that's what kept me in business. And that's why we were so successful. We had to clean up your mess ups.
Hashtag kitchen beautician. Okay. Hashtag tonight. Keith, before I let you go and one of my co-hosts get a hold of you, excuse me, everybody. Before I let you go, Keith, is there anything that you miss about performing your work as a trichologist?
Oh my God. I think it was the interaction with people, dealing with some of the celebrities. You know, I often sometimes reflect back on my experiences dealing with people like Michael Jackson, Gladys Knight, Eva Longoria, all these big time names. But most importantly, what really hit home for me was that I realized that everybody pees and bleeds just like you do.
Okay.
And regardless of who you are, where you from, or what you've accomplished, you still have a heart that beats. You pee and bleed just like I do, and you can relate to people, and that's what I miss. I miss relating to people and seeing the response to when we correct some of their issues, or seeing the response to when we create relationships and friendships. So I miss that part, and I'm glad that I had that opportunity. I'm 53 years old now. It was a great career. It was a great life, but we're on to the next thing.
Got it. Well, thank you. Okay. All right. Thanks.
Awesome.
Hey, Keith, thanks again for joining us. So you have a beautiful head of hair. So what I've learned already is that you have a stress-free life, good blood flow, and good genetics.
Okay.
So Keith, I also understand that you have a 90-day challenge.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit more about that and what inspired you to create the 90-day challenge?
That is a great question, man. Oh my God. So I developed the 90-day challenge because I teach based on my life experiences and not what I've been taught. And a lot of people always ask me, how did you do the things that you've done? How do you continue to move forward? How do you decide to revamp your life and quit one thing, get rid of everything and start something new? Well, it's about realizing that you don't have to stay where you are. You don't have to go back to where you've come from. You can always create another life based on a decision. You have choices. You just have to make the right choices for you. And people always say, and you all are probably familiar with this, do your research, Google it. It takes 28 days to create a habit, right? But most importantly, it takes 90 days to create a lifestyle. So it's just like getting up, brushing your teeth every day. And a lot of people didn't understand that. So I created this room called the 90-Day Challenge Room, where people wanted to change their lives in 90 days, willing to make a commitment, willing to do the work every day, willing to say, okay, enough is enough. A change has to happen. What do I need to do? How can I be around like-minded people to make that stuff happen? What is it that I can do and get assistance from? And that's what this 90-day group is all about.
Got it. And speaking of enough is enough, I was, sort of navigating around your 90-day challenge page. And on July 12th, you posted something and you said, enough is enough. Stop giving people second chances.
Yes.
If someone who shows you who they are the first time, you better believe it. So I think of myself as a pretty magnanimous guy, and I often give people second chances. So why not give people second chances? And additionally, you also wrote that, you have to teach people how to treat you. Can you elaborate on that?
Yes. Well, the reason why I say stop giving people second chances because they told you who they were from the beginning. You just choose not to believe them. Or what you choose to do is change them to be right for you rather than change yourself. See, often sometimes we change other people or try to change other people because we want them to be right for us. But how about if you change yourself so that you attract who and what you deserve and what you desire? It's not about changing them. That's the problem. See, a lot of people, 99.9% of the people that try to change other people, they just try to do that because they're not willing to take a look at their own situations. And I was one of those people. I was a people pleaser. I was trying to fix that right person to be right in my life for me. And I was afraid to look in the mirror and say, look, this is what you need to work on. This is what you need to stop. This is what you need to do. Because I'm not perfect. My life, I've done some things that I would never talk about. Or I have done some things, you're looking at a person that was molested from the age of 3 to 13. Wow. So when I grew up, that's all I knew is how to figure out how to please people to love me rather than teach people how to treat me. Wow. And once you teach people how to treat you and you take yourself off the cell rack and you put yourself back in the glass case, then people will do the work to be in your life rather than you trying to seek them out to chase them to be a part of yours.
All right. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for sharing that. That was very powerful.
Wow, very powerful.
Keith, you've also worked with some amazing celebrities. A few of them you referenced earlier in your career, from actress Eva Longoria. I think we have some photos to share. Yes. The one and only Michael Jackson, and former chairman and CEO of BET, Auntie Deborah Lee. Yeah. Has there been any one celebrity that had a real impact on you, or do you have a favorite celebrity that you really enjoyed working with?
Oh, that's a good one. I would say, let me just say, all the celebrities have their own individuality and they're interesting. I will say this, Michael Jackson, which struck me, and I'll never, ever forget. A lot of people didn't know Michael Jackson actually lived in DC for about 6 months. And nobody knew it. He was living out in Virginia, and we were working with him for a while he was here. And when he first got here with his children,
talk about scalp issues. Remember the Pepsi commercial?
Right. Yes. But one of the things that struck me is Michael had never seen lightning bugs. Wow. And when he got here and we were out in the yard playing, because he loved to play, and he said, oh my God, lightning bugs. And him and the kids, I don't know if you all remember this, they ran in the house to get jars and they started catching lightning bugs around the yard. And that little thing gave him so much happiness that it did something for me. And what I think to this day is, we don't look at the little things. We're always trying to replace it with something big to make ourselves happy. So why don't you look at the little things that you do on a daily basis and say, I'm grateful for just that. I'm grateful, just grateful for just the little things. I can go on and on about that. So yeah, he was the one that had the most impact on my life.
That's fantastic. Wow. Well, speaking of the little things and doing things that sort of, fill your heart and your spirit with joy, with all that you have going on, I know that you also invest a lot of your time into charities. So what has been one of your most rewarding philanthropic endeavors?
I served on the board before I retired. I retired from In Street Village. And one of my tasks as one of the people that were on the committee for the In Street Luncheon, which we began, I would say maybe about 8 years ago, how we needed to grow it and we needed to expand and get people to get involved, especially celebrities that had a big pocketbook. And one of our major accomplishments, and you can Google this, you'll see it in the news, was when we had Oprah come to our luncheon. And we didn't expect it. We didn't ask her for anything. We just wanted her to bring her presence, and we just wanted her to speak. She had a tour of the facility, In Street Village, which is at the corner of In Street and 14th Street. If you get the opportunity, go take a tour. It's one of the largest homeless shelters in Washington, D.C.
Wow.
She came to the luncheon, and while she was on stage, after a friend of mine, Gloria Mayfield Banks, spoke, she said, you know, Gloria Mayfield Banks, I'm impressed. I'm going to give you all a check for $2 million. Wow. And when she did that, that was the pivotal moment for me. That goes to show you guys, you can do anything you want to do, manifest it, wake up from your dreams and create your reality. If you want something and you believe that you deserve it, do it, get it, be proud of it, and never second guess. If you can think about it, you can create it, period. Who would have ever thought Oprah would have showed up to our luncheon and gave us $2 million? Just wrote a check, $2 million.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Okay.
That's amazing.
All I can say is he said. Okay, I believe it. I believe it. Thank you. Thank you for that affirmation, Keith.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And he said, invite Oprah to your luncheon.
Okay.
Well, Keith, what was your turning point in your life and career that made you want to become a full-time life influencer?
I was no longer fulfilled. I'll be very honest with you. A lot of people, they will continue to do something just to make the ends meet. And I knew that that was what was paying me. That was what was keeping the roof over my head. I had done my part. 32 years is a long time. I was like, okay, I'm not waking up being happy anymore. I'm not waking up feeling good. So I walked away from relationships. I walked away from a business. I sold it, got rid of it. I walked away from a house that no longer fulfilled me, got rid of the house. I walked away from a truck, a car that I got rid of everything. I cleaned the slate because often sometimes, and if there's anything that you all walk away with, get rid of the clutter, the problems, the situation, so you can clear the way to receive your blessing. And I promise you, always remember, write it down. You can't get your blessing around chaos. If it does, it'll always look foggy to you. So I had to clear the slate to receive the happiness that I deserved. Now, it was a bit lonely. I'll be very honest with you. When you walk away from things that no longer serve you, it's a lonely period. But that's only God preparing you for what's about to come. So acknowledge it, accept it, honor that moment that you're alone and you feel lonely in the process of change, and get ready for the big stuff to come, because you're going to be ready for it when you go through that period.
Right on.
I'm going to pass that plate. Go ahead.
I'm calling the nurses in white over.
Well, one of the things about receiving the things that are coming to you is looking good while you're doing it. So let's talk about image.
Yes.
What does image mean to you?
Image is an extension outside and inside of how people perceive you. Always remember, people perceive you in the first 13 seconds that they meet you. If you notice, sometimes, even as children, when people would meet you, they would do what? They would look you up and down. And the reason that is because they're sizing you up to have a perception of who you are externally, and then they get to the internal part. But the image is what sets the business card for your success.
That's very interesting, because people do that. And there's an understanding of what people really look at first to really gauge who you are.
That's right.
What is that?
Most of the time they look at your feet.
Yes, child.
And you know, guys, I'm from Greensboro, North Carolina, and the way my grandmother taught me was, if you have scuffed up shoes, there's an issue with your manhood.
Alvin even talked about that in our catch up today when he talked about the folks showing up at the Olympics without their shoes shined. So
there's a whole bunch of broken manhood in that delegation. Okay.
And immediately, I'm sure Alvin, when he saw the shoes, he was like, well, wait a minute, what is that saying about that individual?
Yes.
That is the foundation to who you are. It's the one that walks you. It's the one that keeps you up. It's the one that keeps you stable. So the first thing they're going to do is they're going to go down and up. Now, back in the day, and when we were in high school and middle school, that was when people looked you up and down, that was a sign we getting ready to fight. And we used to call that grit. They'd be like, who you gritting on? Who you looking at? Remember that?
Yeah.
Right. But what that was is people are trying to see who you are and what you're about. Now, here's the interesting thing. How you walk with your head up determines your level of confidence. So if you walk always looking down, people are not going to want to follow you because they know you don't know where you're going. But if you're looking up and you have a sense of pride, your mom and your dad back in the day used to always tell you, keep your head up, keep your head up, keep your head up. Because that is the perception of what people think about you. And that is a part of the image. See, a lot of people think image is about what you wear. You don't let the clothes wear you. Right. You wear the clothes. Yes. And what's in them is how you act and what you walk about. I'm going to give you one more example.
There you go.
I'm going to give you one more example. In school, y'all ready for this?
We're ready.
It was always the ugly people that got the good-looking people.
Okay, even today, I look at some ugly people who married. I can't get it.
Right. And let me say this to you. When I say ugly, I'm not talking about externally.
Right.
I'm talking about internally, the ones with the nasty attitudes, the ones that would treat you and wouldn't care how you felt. The reason why is because their level of confidence was at a level 10. So people always want the hunt of what they think they can't get based on the way they perceive themselves. And that is what image is about. So if you have level 10 confidence, you have taken yourself off the sale rack, put yourself back in the glass case, and now people got to work to figure out how they can unlock the case, get in and pull you out, and so that you will expose yourself. Now, here's the other problem we have. Why do you keep accepting people in your life that don't belong there? Because you're trying to fill a void. Fix yourself first before you fix somebody else.
I told you. I warned y'all. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I warned y'all. I warned y'all. Okay, because right now I almost have to catch the dribble because I was like, okay. I warned y'all. I did.
Yeah. I need my tambourine.
I warned you.
Right. Look, and let me just tap on one other thing. You made a comment about the image. A lot of people talk about, we may have to do a part 2 one day. I see a lot of guys and women, but we're guys on here. We talk about we're in our 50s and our 60s. I see a lot of lonely, unhappy 50-something-year-olds. A lot of them. And that is because they're unhappy with themselves. They always talk about, I can't find nobody, or, I can't do this, I can't do that. It's because 1, you're looking, and 2, you're not looking back at you. And 3, you're not willing to fix what's wrong with you. We always want to throw the blame on what everybody else is doing to them. They showed you, just like in the beginning of this conversation, they showed you who they are. Mm-hmm. Stop trying to change people to be right for you. Get your image together. Get your insides right. You'll get the right person. Don't die not singing your song.
Well, then let's talk about what are some signs of good image and bad image.
Good image is, first of all, bad image is an ugly personality.
Mm-hmm.
How you talk about people, the company that you keep. I always tell people all the time, the 5 people you hang with the most is who you become.
Yes.
I got on a suit and a t-shirt, but you're not looking at my suit and my t-shirt. You're looking at what's coming out of my mouth. The other stuff that I got on is just the accessory of who I am. This is the cherry on top of the cake, but I had to work to get here. I had to work on that level 10 confidence. I had to work on the things that I needed to do to feel comfortable in this suit. I had to work on how I could walk with my head up or my shoulders back and my chest out. That's what makes the clothes look good, is what's inside of them.
True.
I need a fan. I need a fan up in here because I hope our viewers, I know y'all getting this. And you all are going to email me after this is over and you're going to say, bring him back. But I didn't mean to interrupt you, Vash. Okay. But see, Vash, there's some words coming out this man's Keith. You are spewing some words, and I'm telling you, I was expecting, good, but you're giving me great. And
thank you.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Alvin, let me just tell you, I'm speaking on my experiences. I'm not speaking on what I've been taught. I've been through it all. I've been through heartache. I've been broke. I've been homeless. I've been molested. I've been abused. I've been treated in a certain way that I did not deserve to be treated, but I chose to stay because I thought that was all that was left over. I've been through all of that. Mm-hmm. What you see is what you get. And what you hear come out of my mouth is not what I've been taught, but what I've experienced. And that's why it's authentic. Mm-hmm. And I don't mind speaking about it, because if I could change just one person's life, that's good for me, because I did the work to do the same for myself.
It is always important to be a light, and we appreciate you sharing yours with us tonight.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
Yeah. So in being that light, if there were 2 to 3 things that someone could change about their image, what could those things be?
Stop buying things off the rack and think it's going to fit.
Yes. Yes.
I don't know who snapped. Somebody snapped.
That was me. Because, I always have additional questions. And one of my additional questions was, how important is it to know and befriend a local tailor? And it gets back to that point about buying off the rack. That is really just a beginning point for what your clothing is. You have to know a tailor who can customize it, take up your sleeves, take it in a little bit so something looks like it's made for you. So number 1, buying off the rack. Keep going.
Yeah, number 1, you don't always think you're going to buy it off the rack and it's going to be right for you.
Yes.
Number 2, and it's a combination of things. It doesn't matter what you spent for it.
Yes.
It matters how it fits.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people are what I call label whores. Mm-hmm. And what I mean by that is, I love great quality things. Yes, we love Louis Vuitton. Yes, we love Gucci. Yes, we love Christian Dior. Yes, we love all these top designers. And what's very interesting to me, I'm just going to throw this little wrench in there, is when I walk through the malls, and we've been through COVID, and I know people that are still living on unemployment, and they're sitting in the Gucci line that's wrapped around the mall to buy $1,500 shoes, but they're not worried about where their next paycheck comes, because they think that what they put on your back and what you spent for it is what's going to make it acceptable. Mm-hmm. That's not it. That's not it. It's the fit. Because I can go to Walmart, and if you look at my stories, I can put on something at Walmart, and if it fits right and my tailor gets it cut up right, you'll never know the difference.
You'll never know.
Okay.
It elevates
white t-shirts, these white t-shirts come from H&M. Why am I going to go to Deir or some other designer to buy a white I can put on the Fruit of the Loom.
Exactly.
And put it under a nice suit
and make it work.
It's expensive. Right. It works.
Amen. Amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yes. I agree with you on that. I mean, it gets back to that tailor. What's your number 3?
My number 3, very important. Make sure your colors look right on you. Not every color is for every skin tone.
Yes.
So if you see the clothing before you see the person, it means it's the wrong color.
Yes.
But if you see the person first before you see the clothes, that means it's the right color, because the right color is going to make you pop first before anything else.
You have to have your colors work for you.
That's right. Absolutely.
And they did those, what season are you, years upon years ago. And that is a really good foundation. Do you have a resource for people to come to you to find out some of these bits of information?
We do virtual styling. So I have a team of people where we make appointments with people, and we first figure out their lifestyle, then we figure out their sizing, then we look at what's in their closet, what they can take away and what they can incorporate. So we make sure that before we make any suggestions, that we give them the proper services, that they make great quality investments in their wardrobe and in their brand, and things that they need to do to dress or feel better. So, and the other part of it is the confidence. You can buy anything in the world, but if you are lacking confidence, it's never going to look right on you. Ever.
That's so true. Well, look, because you've been super, super fantastic, but I know that we have some images from your collection, and you're going to take us through them so we can see who you really are and what you really do and how you really change people's lives.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, indeed. So do you want to take us through, because we have, I think, 7 or 8 different categories.
Yeah,
We have
sure.
8.
Hit it. Let's go.
Let's go.
I think the first one is prints.
All right, Prince. This is a maxi dress. My model's name is Rachel. She just started with us approximately about 2 months ago. And one of the things that you notice, if you go back to the first shot, and this is Lola, this is our other model, you see them before you see the print and the color, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that is because that's what looks good on them in their body shape. Now, believe it or not, Rachel there, the first model, she is a size 4, possibly 2. But she could put on an outfit, and Lola's the same. Lola is about a 4'6". She could put that's a jumpsuit that she has on. The print looks amazing. It's going in all one direction. It doesn't make them look bigger, larger, or smaller. The print complements them on everything that you do. And both of those pieces are one size fits all, guys. So those go from a extra small all the way up to a 3X. This young lady right here, her name is Brittany. She is incredible. She has on a jumpsuit. Great girl. She's top heavy, top busted, at which people pay for. They love it. This is Rachel and Lola again. They're in a one size fit all maxi dress, which is really, really cool. Love the colors, love
Beautiful.
the prints for the summer.
Beautiful.
Vibrant, absolutely beautiful.
And what I love, these are, I'm sorry, go ahead, Keith. I don't want to interrupt you.
No worries. Okay, this is a good friend of mine. Her name is Unique. She's a makeup artist. She just happened to be visiting me at my home. And so we put together, let her try on some pieces, and we took some pictures. This is Rachel again. She's in a caftan. Caftans are really, really hot this season, guys, even for the men. I have a couple of caftans myself that you all would absolutely love. Throw them on. You can wear something under it, or you don't have to.
Well, look,
We call that regimental.
Before we go on to that next reel, I have to go back to the young woman in the caftan.
Yeah.
That caftan is absolutely incredible. Ladies and gentlemen, please go to KeithHarleyCollections.com. That caftan is saying something.
Yeah.
Now, you all know Alvin King, and I ain't gonna steer you wrong, ladies, okay? But y'all need to go and check out that caftan. That caftan was talking to me. So
beautiful prints. The fabric is absolutely delicious.
It's beautiful. So can we go to your next casual?
Yes. Okay, so this is an African print skirt that I call the Picasso. This is a blouse that you could wear either on the shoulders or off the shoulders. You could make it sexy. You could wear it to work. If you look, we put the patterns together. Here's another one that Lola has on. We call those the Picasso skirts, off the shoulder blouse, very sexy. It can still be business, but you could go out for cocktails, drop that blouse around the shoulders and still be sexy.
Nice.
Going on out, Lola.
I love it.
Yeah.
All right, Lola. Okay, I like Lola. Okay.
Yeah, Lola's a sweetheart. So
So,
Rachel there. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to tell you, Rachel, we love colors and prints in the collection. We call it what we call affordable luxury. So if you look at our website, nothing is really over $120. So skirt alone is just $60. Those skirts alone, those tops, the maxi dresses, those were $99 to $120. All of our pieces are what we call luxury affordable pieces. We wanted to make sure that we did things that people could afford to wear, but look like they spent a top dollar for.
Right.
And that's what we do.
That's awesome.
I love it. I love it. So our next segment is glam.
Oh yeah. So this is a staple piece leather jacket. We call it the graffiti leather jacket. And then we have another jacket with a cat suit. That's Unique, who you saw earlier. The jacket is a staple piece for men and women. You see the detail in the back of it with the lace. She has on a black cat suit, a great Chanel purse. She just threw this on. We were going out for dinner. This is Lola again. She actually had on a white jumpsuit, and we threw the blue leather graffiti jacket on it, and she just draped it on the back. It had the newspaper print, which was different. Great piece. Then we have this piece here, which is a high-low. You can wear that with some leggings or with a cat suit. Lola's sexy. She likes to keep it trendy, so she wore that with nothing under it.
Ooh.
Again, that's Lola. Okay,
That's Lola.
Whatever
I'm just gonna
Lola
say
wants.
Well, whatever Lola wants,
wants.
Lola
That's
gets.
what she
Okay, that's Lola. Okay, so our next is After 5.
Yes.
Mhm.
So again, Lola, as you can see, she's a shapely girl. She has on this beautiful, beautiful cocktail dress that is sequenced from the bottom to the top. Right there, she's lifting it up. I love the details, especially with the ribbon aside around the waist. Here, she has the lace jumpsuit on with the peekaboo shoulder. One side is open in the shoulder, one side is out. Great piece, great palazzo pants that go with the jumpsuit. Love, love, love that piece. People were wearing that to weddings, cocktail parties, receptions, and the fabric is delicious. So it's breathable. It's easy to wear, great to pack and travel. One of the things you'll love about our pieces is you can roll it up, put it in a suitcase, have room in your carry-all, show up wherever you're going, in a hotel, at somebody's house, put it on a hanger, and the wrinkles fall right on out.
Go right on out. Okay, and go right
Love
on
that.
out. So what do we have next here? Oh,
So this is Rachel in one of our wedding gowns, which is absolutely beautiful. Staple piece. She wore this well. This is one of my favorite pieces. This brought back those feathers, those ruffles, that singed waistline with the peekaboo shoulder and chest. Very classic, but a little bit of drama. That's when you make an entrance and an exit.
Yes.
I was going to say something that I heard what do you call it? Back in the day with Ebony Fashion Fair, they would have commentators, and and they would say that's something you wear on Sunday when you know you're not coming home until Monday. I just remember that. Okay, that was one of those lines. Okay, now we've been showing a lot of women's pieces, but we have not forgotten about you men. The Keith Harley collection does have menswear. And I'm mad with him right now, but go ahead, Keith.
Well, you know what? Since the three of you all are mad, I got those drip hoodies. I'm going to send you all one. So please remind my assistant Don to send you all that drip hoodie for the three of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes. So what I'm showing here is I have on some camo pants. I had on a drip sweatsuit and some shoes. I actually took that picture in Zara. That was the night that I met my assistant Don. She just took that picture for me in the store. And I try to let people know you can be in your 50s, still be stylish and classy at the same time. So you could throw that on with a pair of jeans or shorts and be comfortable, but still classy. The sweatsuit that you saw at the end with the rhinestones, we just put that out. Now, let me see how good you all remember this, okay? So if you go back to the picture of me in the rhinestone sweatsuit. Let me tell you.
Can we go back to that again? I think can we go back to that men's casual one more time? Because I need to make sure, because he's not gonna get me wrong. Okay, he's not gonna do that. But I don't know. We may not be able to. Okay, there we are. Okay. So in that jumpsuit, that sweatsuit that had the rhinestones in it. Can someone tell me what that was inspired by? Does anybody know? Okay, wait a minute. I'm gonna get to it. I'm thinking. I'm gonna see it. I know. I'm gonna say it. Okay.
That colorful shirt is real cool too. That's one of my favorites. I call it Picasso men's shirt. But
that's my look.
The sweatsuit that right there.
Michael Jackson.
Now, tell me, where do you think that inspiration came from?
Prince, Purple Rain.
Okay, Eddie Murphy, Prince, Purple Rain. Okay.
I said Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson. I'll give you one more guess.
Drake.
Drake.
Hamburglar.
Drake. Nope. All right.
Do we still do that sweatshirt?
Do you remember when Luther Vandross was on tour and he had a sports jacket, a tuxedo that had the rhinestones in the shoulders?
Yes.
Yes.
That was what that inspired. Actually, that looks purple, but it was the lighting from the sun. But that's actually silver. And we got that inspiration from Luther Vandross. If you go on YouTube and look at one of his concerts, his main jacket that he wore had rhinestones in the shoulders and around the top part. And Luther Vandross was one of my favorite all-time singers, and so that's where that inspiration came from.
It's gorgeous.
love
I
it.
like Sparkle.
I saw that now. Okay, all right. And so who do we have next?
Oh, let's see.
See,
That's a beautiful suit.
okay. I'm mad. COVID. I'm mad. Okay. I'm sorry, Keith.
All
I'm
right.
sorry.
So these suits are from the Keith Harley collection, just released 2 weeks ago. Again, this is one of our tuxedos. We wanted to give you couture, affordable luxury. So a lot of these pieces you see that most similar to like Dolce & Gabbana, Versace, to where you would spend anywhere from $4,000 to $5,000 for these suits. These suits actually run from $180 to $200. They actually are cut with a European cut, meaning that you don't have to take them to the tailor to singe the waist. They already come made to singe your waist. So you don't have to worry about, is it going to be cut right? Is it going to be slimming? Is it going to fit in my shoulders? Am I going to have enough crotch room in the pants? Am I going to have enough room in the waist? These suits are created and made for men who want to be stylish, men that want to have a great fit, men that want affordable luxury, men that are on a budget, and men that want to get big bang for their buck.
And men who are snatched.
And you are snatched. Your stomach gonna be touching your back.
I love that. And last but not least, what do we have here?
Accessories. Yeah. So this is Don. Do you get to see Don, my assistant?
Yeah. I'm sorry.
So Don modeled those accessories for me. That's one of the briefcases that we had. This is what we call the money bag, which is a fabulous clutch. We sold out of that in 24 hours. It's a clutch for women. We even had some men that bought. That's the Keith Harley bag. That bag is a faux crocodile leather. That sold out. It was insane. You could wear it. You could carry it as a briefcase, travel bag. To give you an idea what that bag is about, if you are familiar with doctor's bags, that's what that bag was duplicated for. Unisex, men and women can carry it. It was fabulous. We sold out. We got another new bag that's coming out in a couple of months. It's going to blow you away.
Wow.
Fantastic.
Awesomeness.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, you have just witnessed a sneak peek at the Keith Harley collection. Please do yourselves a favor.
Yeah.
And go to www.keithharleycollections.com and take a look at the collections. And for some of you on here who I know, I just might get that caftan for y'all, ladies. Okay, so because I know y'all could do that some justice too. Well, Keith, before you go, if I could Keith has a new book coming out called Step Up.
Yes.
And believe me when I tell you, let me take a look at the book here. It's called Step Up. The title is so appropriate, Keith, because you have came up here and you have stepped me up. I feel stepped up today, okay, because of you being on the show tonight. So I want you all to go out and get his book and support this brother. He is, just fantastic. Thank you.
You're welcome.
For being here, Keith. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you all for creating such a platform, especially for African-American men. Thank you for, giving us a way to open up and talk about issues that need to be talked about that people are afraid of. Thank you for giving us a platform for people to share their business. Thank you for giving people a platform for not being lonely. Thank you for all that you do. You all are a blessing. This is only the beginning for you. Trust me on this. This is only the beginning. They need more people like you on this platform doing what you do. So take your dream, make it your reality, wake up, get up, and make it happen.
Oh my God, Keith! Look, I gotta close the show out, but we're gonna have you, or you can stay on here if you like. But please, after the show ends, stick around because we want to thank you one more time. But before we go, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, we have had an amazing July. Thanks to my co-hosts Vash, Bodie, and Saladin, Deir. You guys are fantastic. Again, the month of July has just been amazing. And next week, we are closing out with a very special show that we created called Why Would They Do That? Okay. And we're going to have one of our own from NNPA, Ask Alma, is going to be on the show with the guys from He Said, He Said, He Said. And we're going to have a full show of why would they do that. That is going to be a very entertaining show. So I hope you all will join us for that. But also, in heading up in August, ladies and gentlemen, we have a very special guest that we are so excited about. Grammy Award winning singer, songwriter, Mr. Gordon Chambers will be here. If you all know who he is, Anita Baker sung his song, I Apologize, that he wrote. And he's going to give us, he said that he's going to sing for us for a minute, ladies and gentlemen. You want to tune in on August the 6th and see that show. And before we go, I'm going to give you our words of the week. Style is something that each of us has. All we need to do is find it. And that was from a very, very, very amazing designer, Diane von Furstenberg. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all. Thank you all for joining us tonight. Thank you, Mr. Dr. Keith Harley, for being here. You have touched all of us. I know you've touched our guests, and we hope that you will come back.
Absolutely.
Because you've opened some doors. We hope that you will come back. Yeah. And tell Dawn, I'm sorry, I'm rattling. Tell Dawn she's beautiful. Your assistant is beautiful. I got to give that, because every good person got to have a good assistant.
Yes, God.
And Dawn, look, I know Dawn is off the chain. I'm saying this publicly. And now that I've seen you, Dawn. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. Have a great weekend, and we will see you again on He Said.
He said. He said.
They
see you on. Love it. Have a good night, everybody. Take care. Be safe.
Bye.
Bye-bye.